Tonight I'm talking about the difference in being good at something and being the best at something. The road that you take to get there, what it's like when you get to the top, the different level that you're on when you're talking about competing with somebody or working with somebody. Just different wavelengths that people get on when they set out to be good at something and when they set out to be the best at something. So when you set out to be good at something, which isn't a bad thing, I don't think it's as good as the other thing, but it doesn't mean it's terrible. I just want to talk about the differences. But when you set out to be good at something, you choose something that you want to pursue, and to get there, you pretty much establish early on that you will be satisfied in not being bad at it. You know, because the only thing that you can't be if you're not, or if you're good, is bad, obviously. So when you set out to be good at something, you just don't want to be bad at it. And when you're working with that mentality, I think you limit yourself a little bit, because really you're just satisfied at the end not sucking. And it's okay if you want to finish in the middle of the pack. And sometimes it's okay if you want to have your shining moments, but it is so much better to be able to perform at a high level consistently, that really you can only find if you set out to be the best at something. So when you do, even though it might not always be true, even when you do set out to be the best, the key is realizing that when you're doing that, you're setting out with the mentality that you can and will be the best. You might not ever be the best, but to yourself, you should feel like you are. And who's to say that you can't be, really? I talked last night about limitations. If you put the limitation on yourself to only be good at something, then that's probably all you'll ever achieve. And I know that I've talked before about differing levels of greatness, and how, you know, the best people that have ever been the best at anything they set out to do, I mean, these people didn't just use skill alone to get where they wanted to be and then just fell into greatness. And it's not one of those things where the greatest people didn't set out and just say, hey, you know, I'm good, or if I just do good, I'm okay. No, it's this mentality. Yeah, there's humble people that say, no, I'm not the best. But when you're working your butt off to get to the top, you need to tell yourself that you will work and work and work to get to a point where you are the best. And once you do that, then you will be the best. Whether the results always show every single time you set out to do something, whether people think you're the best or not, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you're able to go out every single time you pursue anything and say, hey, you know, I'm not going to have a problem with this because I've put in the work, hard work and effort, and you know, I'm addicted to perfecting this craft, and no matter what happens, in the end, I am and always will be the best at it. So next time you decide that you want to pursue something, don't just settle for being good enough. And don't just settle for falling into that pact where if I just get by, it's okay. Anything that you set out to do in life, whether it be something that's really serious or whether it just be something that kind of interests you, a hobby, set out to be the best. Because why not? It might take a little extra work and a little extra time, but it's worth it. Nothing beats being the best at anything. So just keep your head up. Always know that you're capable of reaching heights that you might not originally think you can. But as long as you tell yourself that you can, I promise you, with patience and hard work, you'll get there. Because we can all get there. It's just a matter of time. So thanks, guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.